so when you locked up, bro, you gonna meet certain people. They said that it's gonna take a week for your money that ain't seen their family.
Contraband, how you say it, man, with that shit, with that contraband, with that.
I forgot when they ended up switching us. Everybody was going to prison. They ended up switching us.
Man, with that shit, with that contraband, man, with that shit, with that contraband,
Make the hits.
Contraband TV, man, what that shit do, Contraband? I'm back, man. Drop part 3 on how I got some cat in prison. Hit my coworker this time. Yeah, so my first day at the little job, AGR group. Now, mind y'all, I worked there before. Before I went to prison, this is where I was working at, you feel me? So a lot of people that I was used to work with and shit, and then higher ups and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? They know a nigga already, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was cool for me. But I remember in training class and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? They like, oh, David, man, he was top rep up here. Like, he already know type shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did, but they telling me it changed a little bit and all that though. Like, now there's this one nigga from Casa Grande, this light skinned, big ass Samoan nigga though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga used to be hating on the nigga and shit. Like, you know, but he fell in Reno and shit. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? He saying little slick shit and all that, like, he mad and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they giving me a little bit of favoritism and shit type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So in training class, yeah, you know, it's inside a little room first. They tell you everything and shit. You sign your paperwork and all that shit. You gotta give them your ID and all that good shit, you know, just like a regular, you know, it's a regular job type shit. And then at one part of the training class, they walk you through the floor and they show you all the different departments and all that shit type shit. Like, so I noticed that when they was walking us through the floor and showing us different departments, you know, it's a lot of females that work up there, a lot of new people that work up there also. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed this one chick, you know what I'm saying? She was peeping the nigga out, like, you know what I'm saying? It looked like she was a little bit older than me. Like, at this time, I'm like, what, 25, 26, like, I just turned 26, I think, like, you feel me? So I say she was about 35, like, you know what I'm saying? Look, BBW, you know, that's how I like him, like, you know what I'm saying? And I just noticed that she was peeping the nigga out, like, you know? So boom, so we took lunch. When we took lunch, you know, the whole company, they take lunch at the same time type shit, like, you know? So we took lunch and shit, and I'm in the break room and shit, and I'm in there chilling, cause shit, nigga ain't got no snacks and nothing like that, like, you know what I'm saying? And she noticed that and shit, you know what I'm saying? So again, she, you know what I'm saying? She spoke to me though when she came in, but we made eye contact, you feel me? Just like we made eye contact when we was on the floor type shit. She spoke to me, she's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm doing fine. She's like, you from that little program, that little prison program? I'm like, yeah, Casa Grande. She was like, yeah. I was like, what, I was like, is that obvious? She's like, well, yeah, a lot of y'all be coming up here and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? So we started talking about that. She's like, yeah, I think it's good that they give y'all a, you know, a chance to get a job and, you know, get y'all some money to get you back in society and all that type shit. Like, she's like, that's cool though, like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, you from Vegas? I was like, no, I'm from Cali and shit, but I've been out here a minute. She's like, oh, I'm from Cali too, like, ooh, like, she was from LA too, like, you know? She like, oh, that's cool. She's like, all right, I'm finna get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go get me something to eat, you know? And boom, she left, you feel me? So I'm sitting there just chilling, you know? I had walked around for a little bit, minute and shit. Nigga ain't had no food and shit, so a nigga shit just chilling and shit, you feel me? So I walked around for a little bit, minute, and I came back to the break room and was just chilling in the break room and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in the break room chilling. All of a sudden, she come back in with a bag of Jack in the Box, because AGR at this time was on Desert and Pecos. It's a Jack in the Box right there on the corner. So she come back with a bag of Jack in the Box, and she was like, you eat Jack in the Box? I was like, yeah. She was like, you like double cheeseburgers? I was like, hell yeah. She's like, here, I got you something. I was like, oh, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, you know, like, yeah, she bought nigga some cheeseburgers and shit, and she's like, yeah, I got you some fries and a drink. She bought nigga a whole meal. She was like, you know, I know how it is, like, you know, how the brother that did time and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? I know you probably ain't got no money right now to get you nothing to eat, like, you know, so, you know, I was like, oh, thank you, like, you know what I'm saying, for sure, like, so we sit there and shit, we had lunch together, basically, like, you know what I'm saying, we started chopping it up and all that, like, you know what I'm saying, I got the girl laughing and shit. You know what Skip say from the UPT? If you grin, you're in, and I'm gonna end up poking you. You know what I'm saying? So I got that girl laughing and smiling and all that, like, you know what I'm saying, and shit, lunch was over. So the next day when nigga go back to work, you know what I'm saying, boom, I see her again. And I'm on her this time, like, yeah, bitch, I'm not playing no games, like, yeah, I'm on you, like, you know what I'm saying? So we get to chopping it up, and then before like work started and shit early in the morning, we chopping it up and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? And then she like, yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? I could tell she into a nigga and shit. Like, she like, yeah, I'm gonna see you up there though, like, I'm finna go clock in and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So boom, it was my first day on the floor and shit. I'm on it and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, do my shit. Lunchtime come around again, and you know what I'm saying, she come up to me and was like, you wanna go to the store with me? She like, you wanna go get some lunch with me? Go to Jack in the Box, get some lunch with me? Like, I'm like, yeah, we could do that, like, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I go with her, hop in her car and shit. You know, she had a little Honda Sonata and shit. You know what I'm saying? All black and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? So boom, we go to the Jack in the Box and shit. And while we going to Jack in the Box, she like, you smoke? I'm like, I do, but you know, they test us and shit, random drug test us and shit. And I don't even want to take that chance. Like, I don't even want to come back in this place high and shit. I already did that before. Jose know, like, you know what I'm saying? She like, I'm about to smoke, like, you know what I'm saying? Quick story about that though, right? So, I'm working the AGR group, man. It was this motherfucking, this white boy. I had a little crew, you know what I'm saying? It was this white boy that I used to kick it with, and this other black nigga and shit named Kingston. That nigga was funny in the motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? Kingston ended up getting fired though, and it was just me and the little white boy and shit. And he was from like somewhere East Coast and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? He was cool in the motherfucker, like, you know, a little hip hop white boy, you know what I'm saying? And one day, this nigga, like, he like, man, I got some fire ass weed, bro. And remember, I had the apartment that was right there by the job. I had cracked the apartment that was right there by the job. You feel me? So I'm like, shit, we go to my house and we go smoke, bro. Man, we smoked one blunt, bro. That nigga had some fire ass weed. It was a Friday too. We just got paid. I'm talking about, bro, we smoked one blunt. I remember us walking back to the job. I was like, bro, I'm high in the motherfucker. Because at that time in Casa Grande, the AGR group, you get an hour lunch, like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I remember us walking back high in the motherfucker, like, I'm talking about, I was so blow, like, bro, I ain't had no good weed like that in a while, like, nigga, I was so high. So as soon as I get up in there and shit, like, now at that time it was like 3 or 4 different managers and shit. Like Jose, he was the main manager. You know what I'm saying? He was like the head of all the managers, but each department had their own manager also. And it was also this trainer dude that was from Florida. AGR group started in Florida, so a lot of them came from Florida, right? The original people that was in AGR group that got this shit popping. You feel me? it was this white trainer dude, you know what I'm saying? He was hell, he kind of looked like Robin Williams and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he had this girl, this white girl, she was fat, kind of looked like the lady off of Matilda, the mean lady off of Matilda, but she had blonde hair and she was short, like, you know what I'm saying? But she was kind of thick though. She had a fat ass booty though, but it's just her face though. Her face like looked like the lady off of Matilda and shit. She was ugly in the motherfucker and shit. And my nigga, when I get back up in there, I'm cracking them. Bro, I cracked like 10 accounts in under an hour, in like an hour. Like I'm talking, they were just coming back to back, and I was getting them back to back. And every time you get an account, the manager have to come over and verify it. You know what I'm saying? So my department manager at the time was an old girl. You know what I'm saying? Was the white girl that looked like the lady from Matilda, and she looked at me one day. She looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" She kept looking at me, was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right." I should have had some Visine, but I didn't. Bro, my eyes low, bloodshot red. She's like, I don't think, you know. And then I kept getting them, like, you know what I'm saying? So she kept having to come up over there and shit. And man, she was like, "I don't know why are you okay? Cause you look like you're very tired." I'm like, "Man, no, yeah, I'm all right, man. Let me get back here." You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And do these accounts, like, bruh. I guess, yeah, I seen her too. I seen her. I'm like, oh, fuck, she finna go snitch on the nigga. So she went over there and she told Jose. Man, Jose, he looked at me and I looked at him. You know what I'm saying? He just put his head down and he shook his head. Jose went in his office and the old girl come up over here to me. She was like, "David, log off. Jose want to see you in his office." Damn, this bitch is snitching on the nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? So normally you get your checks at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I go into Jose's office and he look at me. He like, "Bro, are you high?" I was so high. I couldn't lie, nigga. I couldn't lie, nigga. I just told the truth. You ever been so high you had to just tell the truth? You feel me? He was like, "Bro, are you high?" I said, "Jose, I ain't gonna lie, I'm blowed in the motherfucker right now. I smoked a fat ass blunt on lunch, my nigga. I'm blowed right now, my nigga." He was like, "Man, you killing it out there right now, bro. You finna break the record." Like, he was like, "Now we gotta go through all them things cause you high and shit." And he was like, "You know what? It's Friday, man. I'm suspending you for 2 days. Come back on Monday. Here go your check. Leave early." I said, "So wait, you suspended me for 2 days?" He said, "Yeah, motherfucker." He said, "I can't afford to lose you, man. You good. Like, you know what I'm saying?" So he said, "You know, take Saturday and Sunday off and come back on Monday. Think about what you did." I'm like, "Nigga, I'm thinking in my head, that's not a suspension. We got the weekends off anyway, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?" But fuck it. That's just how cool Jose was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So imagine when I come back from Casa Grande, like I said, that's why Jose, he fuck with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't need no interview here. You know, like, "David, yeah, you hired. Give me your paperwork." So, old girl, like, you know what I'm saying? She's smoking in the car and shit. You know what I'm saying? We just came from Jackson while she buying nigga some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm smashing that shit with the food and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She eating, we chopping it up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she like, man, she like, "So what's up?" She like, "So what's up?" Like, you know, after we get done eating and shit, like, we still had about like 30 minutes left. Like, she like, "Man, so what's up?" She was like, "You in a relationship? You got a girl or something like that?" Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know me, I'm being a dog ass nigga at that time. I'm like, "Man, I ain't got no girl right now. I'm single right now, man." Like, technically I was, but my man broke up with me up in there. I got that Dear John letter, but that's a whole nother story though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "Yeah, I ain't got no girl right now." Like, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, like, she like, all right. She like, you know, cause I'm feeling you. Like, she like, "You cute." Like, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm like, "I'm feeling your little sexy ass too." Like, you know, for real though. Like, she get to smiling and shit and all that. Like, You know, so you know me, I made a bold move, bitch. I've been in prison, like I reached out, I touched her face, like, oh, she's sexy, like, you know what I'm saying? So I went from down from her cheek, like, you know what I'm saying, top of her head to her cheek. I rubbed up on them big ass titties she had, like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, stop, we ain't got enough time for all that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, I'm fresh in prison. I don't need that much time. She's like, boy, stop playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, she's like, you gonna have to take your time with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? For real. Like, I'm like, yeah, is that right? She like, yeah. She like, but shit. She was like, I can drop you off though. She like, how long you got to be back though? Like, how long you got? Like, when you got to be back type shit. She like, I can drop you off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before I drop you off, we go dunk off somewhere. Like, I'm like, cool, shit, yeah, we could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm with all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I go back to work and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about this thing, like, yeah, I'm finna smack, baby. Shit, some new pussy? Oh, yeah, man, I'm finna, yeah, you already know, nigga, finna smack the shit out this little bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? So boom, we get off of work and shit, and boom, I hop right in the car with her and shit, you know what I'm saying? Now the dunk off we went was somewhere by Casa Grande, but it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, on Russell. Like, I think it was off of Tropicana somewhere though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her windows was tinted and all that. Like, you know, so boom, we was good. Like, you know, hop right in the back seat. She scooted both them seats up. Nigga, we hop right in the back seat. First thing that girl did was bless a nigga. And I know y'all probably like, this nigga, this nigga hit the bitch in the car, nigga. You damn right, nigga. Shit, I ain't had nowhere to go and none of that. I'm in prison, bitch. I ain't got no spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, but that girl blessed the nigga though. I'm talking about, boy, headologist, head doctor though. Like, blessed the nigga. I'm talking about, boy, she definitely made a nigga bust. I had to, oh, hold on. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? You know I've been down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta hold on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, got that girl back in that back seat, folded that girl up like a pretzel. And was, boy, got some good. Like, you know, she had some good. You know, so boom, I knock her down and shit. You know what I'm saying? I have her drop me off on the corner, you know. After I knock her down and shit, I'm like, damn, I was tired in the motherfucker. I was like, nigga need a cigarette right now. Like, for real, nigga need a cigarette right now. I might have to start back smoking cigarettes, like, as boy, she worked a nigga out. Like, boy, them BBWs be having that wet, boy, and they be flexible too. Y'all be sleeping on them BBWs, man. They be flexible and they be having that wet. So yeah, so you know, I knock her down and shit, and she dropped me off on the corner and shit. Like, I'm going back, I got the noodle legs and shit as I'm walking and shit. She ain't drank the nigga, boy. I say she ain't drank the nigga. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, yeah, man, nigga needed that one. Nigga, you ever had some good sex and you like, whew, the nigga needed that one. I needed that one, man. Like, so I get back to the facility and shit, you know, immediately hop in the shower and shit when I get back and hop in the shower, boy, and I pass out like a baby. I'm talking about I pass out like a baby, like, you know what I'm saying? So, baby mama ended up started giving me her little phone. You know, she started meeting me because the Desjardins bus right there by her house. So she'd meet me at the bus stop and she'd give me a phone and she started making me food and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But so she'd give me the phone, give me the food and all that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So old girl she like, oh, you got food and shit? So she like, so she peeped it out, like, where you getting the food from type shit. I'm like, oh, my people's meeting me and all that, like, you know what I'm saying, with the phone, with the food and all that shit, like, so I had to phone and shit because now that I know I got bored and I made parole, now I need somewhere to parole to. They not gonna let me parole to my baby mom house because I got domestic violence felony against her. You know what I'm saying? I got domestic violence against her. That's, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing they ran it concurrent with the robbery, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really basically here on that case also, like, you know what I'm saying? So, boom, they not gonna approve me for parole at her house, like, you know what I'm saying? So I need to find an apartment, like, so one day me and the old girl, we at lunch and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm on the phone and I'm looking for apartments and shit. I need an apartment, like, so she like, shit, I got a realtor for you. She like, the lady I rent through and shit, who me and my peoples rent through. She's like, I ain't gonna lie, she a slumlord. Only thing she wants is the money, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, but you probably ain't gonna be able to put in your name because you up in here. She gonna want to see you and shit. Like, I'm like, shit, don't even trip. I'm gonna have to put in my mama name because at this time, you know what I'm saying, my mama, she's staying with my sister, Deidre and shit, you feel me? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to put in my mama name type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And she trying to move up out there anyway, so, you know what I'm saying, I'm paroling with moms and shit. I feel like she part of the reason why I got out on parole anyway, like, it made my board anyways, how she cussed the nigga out at that parole board hearing, like, you know what I'm saying? So she like, yeah, you do it like that, you straight. She's like, here, matter of fact, I'll call her right now. Oh, girl, called the girl, the lady right in front of me and shit. You know, she's like, yeah, I got somebody's looking for an apartment. Him and his mom, woo, like, you know what I'm saying? And she put me on the phone with the lady. The lady was like, yeah, man, it's going to be this much. It was a 2-bedroom off of Santa Paula. You know what I'm saying? Santa Paula. And it's right off of Las Vegas Boulevard, you know what I'm saying, right by Naked City, like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, yep, it's a 2-bedroom. I think she wanted $2,500 to move in, I think, some shit like that. And the apartment was like $1,000 a month. Yeah, it was $1,000 a month for the 2-bedroom. And I believe she wanted $1,500. So I had to pay the first month, and then she wanted $1,500 to move in. It was some shit like that. Boom. So, she like, yeah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? You say you can get it, you know what I'm saying, as long as you got the money and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So, boom, I'm all right, cool. I hit moms and shit. I let moms know the deal. You know what I'm saying? Mom's like, well, son, you know what I'm saying? I got this much. Mom said she had a band. You know, I'm like, don't even trip. I'm gonna get the other $1,500 then. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm in there hustling, selling cigarettes and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I got the little job and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hustling, bro. I'm stacking all the money up, like, all the money up, because nigga need that, like, you know what I'm saying? And the old girl, she was cool for that, though, like, I'm like, bet you a down-ass bitch for that, though, like, for really helping a nigga like that, like, you know what I'm saying? But come to find out, like, you know what I'm saying? She was married. Like, I'm like, bitch, you out here fucking a nigga all in your car, buying it, what you call it, and all that, and you married? Like, I'm like, boy, bitches ain't shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? For real. Like, cause she had peeped it out, like, you know what I'm saying? That the nigga was getting the food, you know what I'm saying? Everything. Now, when instead of, you know what I'm saying, she buying me food, you know, I got these homemade meals that don't look like, cause baby mama can cook. Again, that bitch can cook, you feel me? So, these don't look like no, you know what I'm saying? She like, man, now you got a phone too. Then I'm dunking off talking to her on my lunch break, cause that's why she gave me the phone. Like, so she peeped it out. She like, you know what I'm saying? One day we chilling. She like, you know, you ain't gotta lie to me, like, you know what I'm saying, about you being single and all that. Like, she was like, shit, she was like, I'm married. I was like, damn, yeah, like, damn, like, I'm like, well, I am single, but you know, baby mama, like, you know what I'm saying? She be bringing me the food and all that, give me the phone and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga need her while I'm in there. You like, you know, like Sugar Free said, I know the bitch ain't shit, but in the LA County jail, I'm gonna need that bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when you in jail, you know what I'm saying? You need certain people. She like, yeah, but I ain't tripping. Like, I'm just letting you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You could, you know, you ain't gotta get out the car when the phone rang and all that. Cause you know me, I'm shit. The phone ring, I'm getting out the car, telling her I need that and all that. She was like, shit, I know how to play my role. As long as you know how to play your position. Like, when my phone rang and it's husband, like, you know what I'm saying? You be quiet. Like, when your phone rang and I know it's your baby mama, I know how to shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember one time, though, like, you know what I'm saying? We were just about to get it in, like, you know what I'm saying? and the phone rang, and it was wifey. It was baby mama, like, you know what I'm saying? We in the back seat already and all that. Man, that bitch started blowing me, nigga. Blowing the nigga while I'm on the phone with baby mama. And we was on a quick little lunch break. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bitch started blowing the nigga. Had to tell baby mama, like, look, I'm gonna call you back real quick, like, 'cause that shit was feeling too good. Like, she laughing and shit and all that. I'm talking about she was a headologist. I'm talking about take the tank and swipe it up all the way around, like from the balls all the way up to the shaft. Like, I'm talking about, boy, look at here, man. Like, she knew what she was doing, like, you know what I'm saying? I see why that nigga married her, like, for real, though. But, yeah, though, man, she ended up plugging the nigga with the little apartment lady and shit. The apartment lady name was Paige, a white lady. I'll never forget her ass. A white lady. She was hella cool. Like, she just wanted the money. But people said, though, that she was overcharging people, too. Like, and she was taking some of the money and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But, yeah, man, that's part 3. How I got some cat in prison was hitting my coworker on my lunch breaks. She was dropping the nigga off. Come to find out that bitch was married, but bitches ain't shit. Contraband TV, man, I'm out this bitch.